Okay, let's start with Ray Parlour.
How you doing, Al?
What a night, Ray. What a night.
Oh, fantastic, Al. We was in a little bar down in Fred Needle Street, and it was rocking. Absolutely. A little bit nervous after Denmark went 1-0 up, but great composure. I think the goal before half-time was so important for England. The team talk was a lot easier for Gareth. And second half, they got the job done, and after extra time, and absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We can see all the reactions from the supporters and everybody involved in England. 60,000 people who were lucky enough to be at Wembley Stadium were absolutely brilliant because they made the atmosphere so good. What can I say? I mean, it's a long, long time since 1966 that we've been in a final, and can't wait till Sunday now, Al. Absolutely brilliant.
Ali, after 20 minutes, I thought England were going to batter them, and then suddenly they took the foot off the pedal a wee bit.
Well, they come back into it, didn't they, Alan? To be honest, as you thought they would. I mean, I thought they were not a bad side. I didn't think they played particularly well. I thought England, everybody was asking the question, how would England handle going behind? Well, they got the answer, didn't they? Because they handled it very, very well, and thoroughly deserved their victory. I was impressed with the way they came back after losing the goal. I really did, because that's the only question that England haven't had to answer so far in the tournament. Would they be able to handle going a goal down and coming back? And they certainly did.
I'd say, Ray, that's the best the Danes have played all tournament, probably, isn't it?
Well, look, first 15 minutes I thought England were very good on the front foot. Before the game, look, there's going to be a few nerves, and coming out of Wembley Stadium, semi-final from both sides. But I thought Wembley for England really settled well in that first 15-20 minutes. And then, as Ali says there, the Danes did get into the game a little bit, and fantastic free kick from Damsgaard to get Denmark 1-0 up. I'm thinking, oh no, they're going to defend for their lives now, and maybe because they have got good defensive unit in that side. But in the end, England found a way to get the goal. I mean, Harry Kane again, brilliant, coming off deep, brilliant ball down to Saka, and own goal in the end. Raheem Sterling, who's had a great tournament. Everybody doubted him coming into the tournament, saying he's not in great form. But again, he was electric last night. He was always the man who's trying to get in behind and making things happen for England. And they got obviously they got the goal they needed to go the penalty from Raheem Sterling. A little bit, we can argue it's a little bit soft, but they got that little bit of luck. And suddenly they're in the final. Yeah. But fantastic for the country, for everybody involved in English football. Al, I promise you now, I've got a few producers showing me videos of themselves with all their tops off in a bar. And what can I say? A few croaky voices in the producing team today. So, brilliant night for everybody involved in England.
I think we can let them off with that, can't we?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to have to buy them something to eat sooner or later, because Ali, they're struggling at the moment, I promise you. A few of them.
Ali, just Ray's going to do something special. We'll hear about that in a moment. Ali, we can't win with this one, the penalty, and that's why I'm not ducked it, because I knew we'd have to talk about it.
Yeah, well,
listen, you've already said England were the best side, deserved it, and I agree totally. They were. The penalty wasn't for me. I thought,
never a pen.
And if that had been given the other way, we would be going mental.
100%. I mean, listen, you got to be honest with the assessment of the game, right? I actually said last night, I feel a little bit sorry for England that we'll have to discuss the penalty that never was, because they didn't deserve. They deserve to win the game without any form of controversy, right? Because no matter, you look at the game, take the game into account, England, for me, Ray, were the better team by a mile and thoroughly deserved the victory. And it's a shame that it was a dodgy penalty. It was never a penalty for me, simple as. But listen, that aside, England thoroughly deserved the victory.
Ray VAR had a look at it as well, didn't they? That's even more surprising.
Do you know what, Al? I think the refereeing has been superb in this tournament.
I agree.
I can't remember coming away from a game. I've watched lots of games. I listened to Ali on commentary, fantastic. And I can't remember really talking about the referee.
Yeah.
Now, what do we ever do that? The Premier League, I think the referees in the Premier League got to look at the referees who's been refereeing these games and say, look, wait a minute, use a bit of common sense. I think a lot of common sense has been used. And do you know what, Al? VAR looked at it, but they didn't say to the referee, you go and have a look at it. It's down to the referees made that big decision. And I think that's really helped. Look, he's a very good referee. Refereeing in the semi-final, I will stick to there is a contact there. And I think the refereeing and the VAR has worked so well in the European Championships, and hopefully the Premier League can learn from it
I
going
agree,
forward
Ray.
for next season.
I think the standard of the refereeing's been absolutely superb, to tell you the truth. Even, do you know who I've been really impressed with? The Argentinian boy that they sent across. I don't know if you've watched any of his games. I mean, they sent one across, and I think UEFA have sent a European referee over to the South American Cup that they're doing at this moment in time, so they're going to switch referees.
Refs call him Aussie they call him.
Aye, I think he's been brilliant, but spot on, mate. The standard of refereeing has overall over the tournament, I think, has been excellent.
What about Harry? What about Harry with the penalty? I'm like, he'll put it inside Schmeichel's right hand post. Changed his mind, didn't he?
Well, Schmeichel made a great save just before that, didn't he? I know, look, it's straight at him, and maybe
still makes himself big, doesn't he?
You can say Sterling should score that, and in any corner of it's a goal, but you still got to give him credit for making the save. And do you know, Harry always whips it to the right hand side of him, didn't he? And I'm thinking, well, look, he's changed his. Look, it's a semi-final and it's a big penalty, but Schmeichel read him to go the other way, and just so pleased that he come back into play, because keepers, I think it was just a little bit too much in his body, wasn't it? If it was a little bit more wider,
Ray,
he would have palmed it away, and it's gone.
Do you know something, Ray? I think you're spot on there, mate, with that assessment. Bizarrely, I think Harry's penalty was kind of that poor that it gave him a chance to come back to him.
Yeah.
If he hits it better in the corner, Schmeichel probably saves it and pushes it away. I think you're spot on, Ray.